What's up, y'all? I'm Craig Campbell, and you're watching Kendall Talks TV.
Preview.
What's up, guys? It's Kendall Tucker, your host with Kendall Talks TV, and today we got a special guest in the building, one of my favorite country artists. Man, it's an honor to have him sitting down with us, Mr. Craig Campbell. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing well.
How's life going, man? You got any new music coming out? I know you just dropped a project. You always recording?
Life is good, yeah. And as far as the music is concerned, it's a never-ending process. We're always writing songs, always recording songs, and then after that, you try to find the right time to put it all out. And so yeah, it's coming.
Awesome, man. So when did you find an interest in music? When did you start, knowing this is what you wanted to do?
Oh man, I was a kid, I guess. Music was in me. I really did. I tell people all the time, I didn't choose music. Music chose me, and it was the only thing I thought I was any good at. And then I was 15 years old, and I won a singing contest, like a
cool
talent show.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it, man. That was it. I said, I want to do this. I want to do this for the rest of my life.
Cool.
And, yeah.
Was there someone you looked up to?
I'm a product of the early '90s, so there's a whole wave of probably some of the best country music we've ever had with Clint Black, and Tracy Lawrence, and Alan Jackson, Travis Tritt, all those guys.
Okay.
But if I had to pick one, I'd say Travis Tritt was my favorite.
Now, was there a certain situation that happened where you're like, wow, I actually could do this for a living? Like, did you any opportunity given to you where everything all of a sudden became reality?
Oh yeah, no. Talking about that contest that I won when I was 15 was at a local bar in my hometown.
Okay.
And he had live music 6 nights a week.
Okay.
So after I graduated high school, I worked in the Department of Corrections as a correctional officer for a couple of years. And then
really?
Finally, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I talked to the guy that owned the bar. And I said, man, if I put a band together, will you let me play here? And he said, yeah. He said, but you got to show me that you can do 5 hours a night. I said, easy. So we put a band together, and I was in 2000, I guess, and we were kids. We went in one night and sat in and played, and he's like, you guys, I've cleaned my calendar off. Y'all start Monday. So
oh, sweet. That's awesome.
From then on, I've been paying my bills with music.
That's a cool story. Now you've worked with a lot of different artists. Is there any artist that comes to mind that you would like to work with that you haven't had the opportunity to work with yet?
Man, I've there's a bunch, and I've met a lot of people as far as musicians and singers are concerned. I've met pretty much all of them, but I haven't met George Strait yet.
Oh wow.
I've been to a couple of his shows, but he seems to be he's a bucket list guy for me. I'd love to meet him, but when it comes to meeting celebrities like that, like the top dogs,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be one of those guys like, hey, I'm Craig, I'm a fan. I want it to be a meeting that means something to them.
Yeah.
Like I always wanted to meet Travis Tritt, but the first time I ever met him, he came into the studio to sing on a song that I was recording.
Oh, really?
So that meeting meant something. So
Yeah, exactly.
he'll always remember, or at least I hope he does.
Yeah.
So the same with George Strait. I hope the first time I meet him, it'll be memorable.
Yeah, something special. That's awesome, man. Okay, I got a question for you. This is debatable. Old Town Road.
Okay.
Country or not country?
I'm gonna lean like it's less of a country song than what I would think country radio would be, but at the same time it's very country lyrics, and country music fans love it. So it's music.
So you're cool with it being on country charts?
I'm not mad about it at all. No, not at all.
Yeah, that song blew up, man. To be nobody and all of a sudden, I think it's been like the longest country #1.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's been up there for a
It
while.
is an absolute phenomenon. But hey, kudos to Lil Nas and having the talent to put all that together and on a super low budget, and then it did what it did. It's crazy.
Definitely. Now, let me ask you this: What's your favorite song you ever put out? Do you have a favorite?
Oh man, I got
favorite to perform
all
or
of
favorite?
them, all of them. But they all have special things about them. Obviously, Family Man will always be a super special song because it was my first single. I wrote it when I found out I was going to be a dad for the first time.
Oh, cool.
You about to find out about
Yes,
that.
sir.
My Baby Loves to Fish. It's still one of the crowd favorites. Out of My Head, I think, it was one of them songs where it should have been a bigger song than it was on the chart.
Yeah.
And then Keep Them Kisses Coming is special just because it's my highest charting song I've ever had. And then Outskirts of Heaven, as a songwriter, I feel like that song is a very super proud moment for me as a songwriter. So I love them all.
Yeah, it was a great song. All those songs are hits, man. I have them all on my phone. So
I love it.
So last question.
Okay.
What kind of tips can you give any young artists pushing to chase their dream and do this for a living? Is there any kind of tips you can give?
I get asked that question often, and it's just believe in what you're doing. Don't let anybody try to change any of that, and go all in. See, like when I decided I wanted to be a singer and I wanted to make it for a living, playing music to pay my bills, I didn't have a plan B. I feel like if you have a plan B, there's always in the back of your mind, he's like, well, if this don't work, I'll just do this. But if you don't have a plan B, you got to make it work. And
That's good. No, that's
how I
good
feel about
advice.
it.
Well, Craig, man, I know you're about to hit the stage. I look forward to seeing you perform,
on,
man.
man.
So I appreciate you sitting down and talking with us.
Yes, sir.
And see you next time.